Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 13 of my Boston Red Sox Out of the Park Baseball 17 series here. And today we're back with the 2018 American League Championship Series, where we're going to be going up against the Seattle Mariners. So let's first take a look at how Seattle did this season. I know they did win their division, but only won 87 games, and did feature the best starting rotation in the AL, but they're going to be without Felix Hernandez. Oh boy, that is a huge blow. And that's definitely going to benefit us. So he's only out 1 to 2 weeks. That means he could return later in the series if he's going to be on the roster. Disabled list says he may return, so I don't know if that means he's on the DL or not. It says he has no days left, so I don't know if they have to activate him before the series starts or how that's all going to work. Tyler O'Neill are also missing. He is eligible to return after the championship series. This line right here makes me think that Hernandez could return if he were to get healthy in time for like a potential Game 6 or Game 7. But, wow, without Hernandez, I think that really does favor us. We take a look at the rotation. They do have Carlos Rodon, who they picked up from Chicago midway through the season, and he had a very fantastic year. I know the ERA doesn't look great, and he did allow too many home runs, but the strikeout-to-walk ratio looks pretty good, to me at least. So I guess he had an okay season. I think Rodon's probably their best pitcher, though. Ryan Butler was decent for them. He does have a 4-star rating and does throw in the upper 90s, but not a great, not a lot of strikeouts and too many walks. Matt Barnes, kind of same thing, throws hard, not quite as hard, but not enough strikeouts and too many walks. But we will see. It'll be interesting to face him. And then Drew Smyly, who might be their best pitcher actually at this point, although the BABIP is always pretty low with him still. I did have the opportunity to trade for him actually in the offseason. Like for almost nothing, but I thought it would have been really stupid to make a trade like that with the Yankees. I just figured the Yankees wouldn't have, given up on a guy like Smiley, excuse me. And then he did end up on waivers, and I don't know. I probably should have ended up claiming him because I looked at his stats in that last year with Tampa Bay, and I know the BABIP was really low, but still good strikeout-to-walk ratio, and didn't really understand why New York put him in the bullpen. But he was pretty effective for Seattle this year. Did allow too many home runs, but still, 3.68 ERA is hard to argue with, even though the peripherals weren't necessarily that great. So, I don't know. Good, kind of an interesting makeup of this team here for Seattle. But in the lineup, really not too impressive. Their top two are really horrible. Dan Vogelback's very good though. 390 OBP, 523 slugging, 36 homers. Austin Jackson, I don't know why he hits fourth. Kyle Seager. Good, not great. Guillermo Heredia, just decent, 3.45 OBP. It's not too bad. Paulini's not too bad. Ketel Marte is okay. Christian Vasquez, not that great of a hitter. So, really bad lineup. I think this is going to be difficult for them to win this series without Felix, but who knows? Anything can happen in small samples. I will be the first to admit that the playoffs are very, very random. They do have a pretty solid bullpen with Corey Knebel. Sergio Romo's not too great anymore, but Danny Farquhar is not bad. And they also have Adrian Sampson, who had a good year for them. So could be a tough test. I'm not gonna rule them out or anything, but I would say we're definitely gonna be the favorites in this series, and I would expect to win. And we will see. So I already talked about in the last episode what I'm going to be doing for the rotation. Actually, first thing I want to do is move VMart to the DL, so that way I can add someone to the postseason roster. Let's place him on the playoff DL. And who can we add is the question. It can be anyone from our 40-man, I believe. Actually, I'm not even sure it has to be anyone on our 40-man, but we'll just look at our 40-man for now. So we obviously want to add another bat. Benattendi's out for 3 more days, so we could activate him then maybe. Because I don't believe he was with us already on the roster. No, he wasn't, so he could be our 4th bench bat. We'll put him on there then. What? He is, it because he's hurt? Because the roster's not full. I don't understand. Oh, maybe it's because he's on the... Wait, let's activate him from the DL. I didn't realize he was on the DL. How about now? There we go. Okay. And, then the question is, do we want to dump one of these starters for another hitter? Not one of these starters, one of these relievers. Because I don't know if we necessarily need to keep Tazawa in the bullpen. We could go with... who could we go with? I'm not going to call up Richard Rodriguez. I'm not really sure we have any better options than just to keep the extra reliever. Plus, I don't really use my bench bats that much anyway. It's not like we're an NL team, so. All right, we'll just stick with that then. That is going to be our playoff, or ALCS roster, I should say. And Benintendi will be available to play for us in 2 days. And I'm not sure. Bradley's really struggled, so we could, potentially use Benintendi in center field a little bit, but his defensive ratings are so bad. It makes me really not want to do it. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do about that, but. All right, so we'll leave the lineup as it is for now. I want to look at. Actually, one thing I do want to check really quickly is what Seattle's Pythagorean win-loss was. I know their run differential wasn't that good. My guess is something like 84 and 78. Maybe 85 and 77. 86. Okay, so only one win worse than their normal record. So, all right, here we go. Game number 1. Against Seattle, it's going to be at home. We do have the home field advantage, which is going to benefit us, I would imagine. And it's going to be Carlos Rodon against Hisashi Iwakuma in game number 1. Cole, not quite fully rested. He will be ready to go in game 2, I believe. Yeah, he's at 89% right now, so we'll let him go in game 2. And as for the lineup, I think we're definitely going to move Pedroia up. Maybe, here, let's bat Betts third. Nope. And we'll hit Pedroia leadoff, and we can hit Piscotty 6th. And they got the lefty on the mound, so we're going to have Rosario in there. I actually want to move Rosario up because he mashes lefties. Let's hit him 5th, and then we'll go Bogarts, Piscotty, Travis, Bradley. All right, I think that works. So here we go. Game number 1 here. And it's Hisashi Iwakuma against his old team. And I imagine Seattle's going to be using Matt Barnes out of the bullpen here in this series, although I didn't see his name listed in their bullpen, so I'm not really 100% sure about that. But it'll be interesting to see if he gets some work in, as a 3-spot for Seattle in the 4th puts them up 3-0. Iwakuma only had 82 pitches. Rodon is shutting us down right now, and Iwakuma blows up a little bit there. So 6 runs tagged on him. Let's get Tazawa in. We can get him into the series finally, or get him into the postseason finally, I should say. And Rodon is on a no-hitter alert here. Looks like, do we even have a base runner yet? I guess we do. Still though, that is not a good sign for us. Rodon only had 80 pitches, only 3 strikeouts though, so part of it's been some bad luck. There we go. Finally got a hit. Tazawa had a clean 7th. Let's let him pitch the 8th. So 2 innings of work out of him. And we'll go with Paco Rodriguez for the 9th, I think. Try to use some of our relievers, our lower leverage relievers here in this game. So Paco on. Clean 9th. Bottom half. Paxton on. And he closes out the game. So a 2-hit shutout. Rodon 6 2/3. Did throw 97 pitches. And brought that no-hitter into the 7th. But a 2-hit shutout, like I said, for Seattle, and they take game number 1. So not exactly how I wanted that series to start. It looks like Schwarber tagged 3 home runs in game 1 of the NLCS. That is crazy. 8 RBIs. Oh my gosh. That is insane, including a grand slam. Wow. And apparently the Mets are using Steven Matz out of the bullpen. That's interesting. I guess it is not good when you, or I guess it's inefficient when you have 5 starters that good in a postseason series. But either way, all right, game number 2. And Barnes is starting for them. All right, so he gets the game 2 nod. He's going to have to go up against Garrett Cole, but it's a big game. Definitely one that I think we need to win. And I think we're just going to go back to the normal lineup. I'm a little bit superstitious about things like this. So I think we're just going to go back to the normal lineup. And I know it's irrational, but baseball is a game known for its superstitions. So I'm just going to stick with the normal lineup. Here we go. Garrett Cole on the mound. A must-win, I would say, definitely. Well, maybe not a complete must-win, but, I mean, if we are down 0-2 in a best-of-7 heading on the road, I don't like our chances. So it's going to be an important game for us. And Cole's been very good so far. 84 pitches through 6. 2 hits allowed. He is at 94 pitches. So we'll let him at least start the 8th probably. So we've got a 3-run lead to work with. We've got a fully rested bullpen for the most part, at least for our high leverage guys. We can get Davis Miller ready. And let's let Cole start the 8th. It's the bottom half of the lineup anyway, so we should be good. Yes, he is. And 109 pitches, 10 strikeouts. He had a phenomenal start. And is that 80 strikes out of 109 pitches? Is that what that means? Oh, no, I think I was reading. Oh, wait, no. Go to the box score. Does this mean he threw 80 strikes? That is really incredible. Wow. All right. Great start out of Cole. That's awesome. And then who's due up for Seattle? They got a couple. Oh, yeah, they got Volga back up next, so we'll definitely bring in Miller then. for the 9th. So here we go. Into the top half, and Miller does surrender a 1-out double to Alex Jackson. Did I say Austin Jackson? God, I'm stupid. I should have figured this was Alex Jackson, but either way, he's not very good either. So, oh well. Kyle Seager up now. He is only hitting 148 so far this postseason. He strikes out on the slider. 2 down for Guillermo Heredia. He's behind 0-2. Also 0 for 2 tonight. And Miller strikes him out. Fastball, 97 miles an hour, and this series is tied. So for the second straight series, we lose game 1 but win game 2 and even up the series before we head on the road. Traveling across the coast now to Seattle. And let's see how the NLCS is going. It is New York up 2-1, so looks like they bounced back from that 3-home run attack by Schwarber. Tends to happen when you have a pitching staff as good as theirs. But all right, so here we go. We've got game number 3 of our own now, and it is going to be David Price on the hill. He will be matched up against Ryan Butler, and once again, I'm going to go with the same lineup, even though if I really wanted to maximize the lineup, I could shift things around, but I am just an irrational, superstitious manager, I guess. So, all right, here we go. Game number 3. And we have got a 1-0 lead through 3 so far. Price looking a lot better this time around, but it's still early. Only through 5, but he's looked sharp. Only 3 strikeouts, but just 2 hits. How many pitches is he at through 6? 80. We've only got a 1-run lead here, so I do want to be careful. He's got 5, 6, 7 due up. All right, a 2-out double for Ketel Marte. Or actually looks like he moved up on a force-out. So let's get... I want Boston substitutions. Let's get Kimbrel up. We'll get Kimbrel and Miller up. And let's see if Price can get out of this inning, though. It's Heredia up. At the dish, the 2-1. Price has the sign, delivers. Heredia swings, fly ball out toward deep center. Bradley, he has got it. So 7 scoreless innings out of David Price. A very nice bounce-back start. Only 4 strikeouts, so I would say what he was doing was probably a little bit unsustainable. But no walks and no home runs. And what's most important is no runs. So we will take that 100 times out of 100. They've got... and they do have some lefties due up, so I'm tempted to go with Miller here for the 8th. But let's go batter by batter here for the moment. It's Piscotty up. He swings, puts the ball up in the air, out toward deep right. Jackson going back on it at the track, and he is there to put it away. Piscotty just inches from going Oppo Taco right there. Now it's Swihart up, 3-0 pitch. That's going to be ball 4. And let's see. Let's put Kimbrel in now. Or not Kimbrel, Miller. Bogart's up now with, let's go to runners in scoring position. All right, so nothing going out of that inning. Now it is Miller on to face 9-1-2. And ideally, I'm going to leave him in for Vogelback as well. But here we go. Miller, our closer towards the end of the season. Using him in a bit of an unconventional manner here. I'm kind of just deploying the bullpen based on matchups more so than like bullpen rules, if you guys couldn't tell. But here we go. It's Ian Miller up now. Ground ball right side. Pedoria's got it. Throw to first in time. 2 down for Dae-Ho Lee. The lefty deal swung on and missed. So Miller goes 1-2-3. And we're going to at least let him start the 9th to face Vogelback. We'll probably get someone else up, though. There we go. We add an insurance run thanks to a solo home run from Sam Travis. So that is going to be useful. Now it's Bradley Jr. He gets to second there. That is nice to see. So with 1 down, it's Mookie Betts up with a runner in scoring position. Lined hard to right. Jackson after it. He's got it for the 2nd out. Moncada's turn. He's up for 4 tonight. Pitch on the way. Moncada swings. Hit up in the air. Out toward left. Already has got it in time. So, or not in time, but he's got it for the 3rd out. So, all right. Here we go. On to the 9th. Miller only at 11 pitches. We do have a game tomorrow, though, so I don't want to overuse him. We will get Kimbrel up and probably bring him in after this batter. But it is Vogelback up. 1 for 3 tonight. The pitch, ball for a leadoff walk. So 19 pitches. Let's get Kimbrel in now. The once closer for our team, who got demoted towards the end of the season, but now a chance to pick up a big save here in game number 3. Holy crap, he struck out a lot of guys this season. Oh my gosh, bullpen is kind of ridiculous. But all right, there we go. Big swing and a miss on Jackson. 1 down for Paulini, who's ahead 3-1. He takes the walks. That puts the tying run on now. Brings the winning run to the plate in the form of Ketel Marte. Slapped hard on the ground. In the hole, wide of first. Pedoria's got it. Quick flip to second for 1 on to first. In time. A big 4-6-3 double play. And for the second straight game, Boston shuts out Seattle, and we have a 2-1 series lead. So pitching has definitely been what has, or I don't even know what the word would be, but pitching has definitely been what's carried both teams in this series. Each team that has lost a game, or each loser of these games, has been shut out. I am wording my sentences so horribly right now. I apologize. But all right, New York takes a 3-1 lead over Chicago. I really don't know who I'd rather face out of these teams. I guess New York. Their pitching staff is so ridiculous, but Chicago did score 948 runs this season. So I think I would rather face New York, but man, that pitching staff literally scares like the living crap out. I mean, oh my god, I don't understand. Get Syndergaard. He's struck out 223 guys. Just a 48 walks. That's really absurd. Not Clayton Kershaw level, but that's still absurd. All right, so we got a 2-1 series lead now, and we got Erod making his first postseason start here in game number 4. And once again, we're going to be sticking with the same lineup, even though it's irrational, as I've said before. And it's going to be another lefty on the mound. Oh, they're bringing back... What? For game 4? I guess it's 3 days rest, but okay. I guess they don't want to use whoever the 4th starter would be. I guess that's not that absurd. For some reason, I thought it was only game 3. But here we go. Rodon back on the mound, so he had his way with us in game number 1. That does not bode well for us in this game. And Seattle definitely... I wouldn't say they need to win here, but they definitely don't want to go down 3-0, to state the obvious. And why are we pitching Iwakuma? What the hell? I did not want to bring back Iwakuma on short rest. Oh, Jesus. Whoops. All right, well. He's already pitching, so... And, yep, he blew up. That's awesome. Why would the game do that? I don't understand. Well, we're going to use Erod in Game 5, because I don't want to use Cole or Price on short rest. We don't have to, so... I don't know why the game decided to do that. That was really stupid on their part. I guess we can let Iwakuma maybe throw another inning. Let's see. Alright, the first 2 guys reached. We got to get him out of there. Well, I don't know what this game was thinking, throwing our 38-year-old Japanese pitcher on 3 days rest. It's really stupid. Alright, we get 2 runs back. So it's still a 2-run game. We're not completely out of it, although I'm really, really frustrated by this game right now. I really don't know why it wanted to do that. My game was freezing there for a sec, but alright. Let's go with Kimbrel. We don't have the off day the next day, though, so we do want to be a little bit careful with how we use our guys, actually. So let's go with Holland instead, then. Because Kimbrel did pitch yesterday. Alright, here we go. So, Smith, let's go to runners in scoring position. 1 out, and Miller gets the second. So let's get Holland in then. See if he can finish off the inning. And he does. Now on to the top half of the 7th. Nothing going there. Holland at 10 pitches. Let's get maybe Tony Watson up next. We haven't used him in a while. Alright, Holland through the 7th. Good to see. We can use Watson in the 8th. Let's see if we can get something going here in the top half, though. Alright, a solo home run for Dustin Pedroia. And just like that, it's a 1-run game. So maybe we will use Kimbrel in the 8th then. Well, we already put Watson in, so we'll maybe get Kimbrel up at the start of the inning. But let's see if we can try and tie up this game here. All right, we cannot. So Watson, yeah, he's got a couple lefties to face anyway. All right, so he gets through that inning clean. Was it 1, 2, 3? Yes, it was on 10 pitches. So good inning out of him. And now we've got the top half to face Corey Knievel. It's going to be 4, 5, 6. Swihart, who's down to 300 so far in the postseason, but he's had 3-1 this time around. 0 for 4 tonight, though. Swung on, lifted in the air into left center. Heredia hurries. He's got it 1 down. Bogart's his turn now. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Does have a homer, though. Swinging on the first pitch. Line drive down the left field line. Heredia's got to hurry, but he can't get to it. So Bogarts is going to slide safely into second with a double. And now we've got some life here. So we've got Sam Travis up next. He's really struggling this postseason, but if he can just get on, we've got Rosario, who I might leave in instead of going to Poppy, because Poppy really hadn't been doing anything for us aside from that 1 hit. And then we've got Pedroia. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, if it does, or if and when it gets to Rosario. But all right, let's get, who does Seattle have up? Let's get Kimbrel up then for the next inning. Actually, we could even use Watson again, but might just want to go Kimbrel if we do extend this game. All right, here we go now. Sam Travis's turn. It is going to be Knievel on to the left side. Paulini's got it. Throw to first in time. 2 down. Rosario. So what do we do here? Do we want to let Rosario hit or do we go to Poppy? He had just 2 hits so far in this postseason. I think we leave Rosario in. He's definitely been the better player so far. He's worked the count full here. From the stretch, the 3-2 swung on and missed, and that does it. So the series is tied once again. Rosario's 4th strikeout of the evening. And pretty frustrated with the game there for starting Iwakuma. I mean, I guess it's my fault. I probably should have put this on strict. But that was really dumb. Really, really dumb. But all right, we got Erod going in Game 5 then. Cole only at 87, so I'm definitely gonna go. I'm not gonna. If I go with Cole, then Price, then Iwakuma again, I don't think that's smart. So I'm just gonna go with Erod, and then we'll make the rotation like this and just turn it to strict order. That way we won't have that problem again. But all right, big game number 5 coming up, and once again we're gonna stick with the same lineup. We've got Poppy back in there. And he's going to be going up against Matt Barnes, who did have a pretty solid start there the last time around. But we'll see if we can get to him a little bit more this time. So here we go. Game number 5. A big game for both sides. Winner of this game likely will win the series, but it won't be over. And wow, Rodriguez really struggling now. Oh, but there we go. A big 3 spot in the 5th there, so we close it to a 1-run game. Erod settling in a little bit now. He is at 61 pitches, so he could give us another inning or 2 maybe. We'll go to runners in scoring position, though. I don't want to push it. All right, so Marte gets the 2nd with 1 down. It's Heredia up. And Rodriguez from the stretch glances back at Marte, kicks and deals. Hit in the air, out toward the gap in deep left center. Piscotti puts it away, out number 2. Now Vasquez's turn. Vasquez awaits on the 3-2. He swings, grounded hard past the pitcher, and that's going to bounce over the bag into center field. Marte around third. He's going to come home, and it is a 2-run game once again. An RBI single for Vasquez. Now Ian Miller up 0 for 3 tonight. Miller jabs at it, but he does not make contact, so Rodriguez picks up his 3rd strikeouts. And all right, so we're headed to the 7th now. Seattle with the 2-run advantage. I think we'll go Tony Watson again in this next inning just because we've got Vogelback due up. Actually, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Rodriguez only at 70. Maybe we'll let him start the next inning. I don't know. I guess we will. All right, so Betts with a 1-out double. Now it's Moncada's turn. He strikes out. 2 down now for Piscotti. Facing Danny Farquhar. Yes, no shit, we're going to have to come from behind. Thank you, game. Grounded to the right side. Pulled it by Marte. Throw to first in time. All right, so only 6 outs left now. We're still down by 2 runs. And we're going to let Rodriguez face Lee here. Bouncing ball past Bogarts for a base hit. Now we'll let him face Vogelback, then probably get him out of there. We'll bring in Kimbrel next. All right, the count is full to Vogelback. The stretch, the 3-2. He swings, fly ball towards shallow left center. Piscotti's got a long way to go, but he makes the grab. A nice sliding catch there. So 1 down. Now we're going to put Kimbrel in. Whoops. And let's see if he can get out of the inning. All right, he does. So now on to the top half of the 8th. How many pitches did Kimbrel throw? Only 3, so we can probably use him another inning then. I don't want to overuse him because I do want him available for tomorrow night's Game 7. Or Game 6, I should say. Oh, no, we have the off day. What am I saying? I keep thinking tomorrow's Game 7. I don't know why. Ugh, whatever. All right. Here we go. Swihart. Get on base for me here. Nothing. Okay. Kimbrel for the 8th, gets through it. On to the 9th now. Sam Travis leading things off to face Knievel. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He had a very good year for Seattle so far. Travis is up ahead 3-1 in the count here. And Knievel misses for ball 4, so the leadoff man reaches. Now it's Bradley just hitting 172 here. I think we're going to go with the pinch hitter. Let's get Benintendi in here. See what he can do. His first plate appearance so far this postseason. Fresh off of the disabled list. But 0 for 6 as a pinch hitter this season. And he's going to ground one toward Paulini, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. Nice. 2 down for Pedroia. He's over 2 tonight, and he's going to work the walk. So now, once again, we bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Mookie Betts. Betts swings, bounced up the middle, flagged down by Marte, throw to Lee in time, and that is it. So Seattle takes a 3-2 series lead. And now we've got our backs up against the wall as the series shifts back to Boston. We are going to have our 2, maybe not our 2 best starters, but definitely our 2 highest paid starters on the mound here for game number 6 and 7. And it's going to be Garrett Cole, our stopper, trying to force a game 7 here. let's see it. So he's going to be matched up against who? Ryan Butler? No, Drew Smiley. All right, so Smiley gets done out here for the first time this series. They're going with him over Butler. It's actually his first appearance this postseason. Has not started a game or appeared in a game since October 3rd, so we could be a little rusty here. That might work to our advantage. But definitely we're going to have to get Garrett Cole to give us some good innings here tonight. And I think we'll leave Bradley in. I think Bradley and Benintendi, I don't really know who would produce better offensively out of the two, but I know Bradley's going to be the better defender, so that's the reason I'm sticking with him. I am going to move Travis down in the lineup, though, because he's just not performing well enough. So let's see. We're going to move him. We'll move him to 8th. Yeah, that works. All right. So here we go. Big game number 6, a must-win for us, obviously. Down 3-2 in the series. We're looking for a big night out of Garrett Cole. And we get a 4 spot in the first there. That's going to be big. Let's see if Cole can protect it now. 6-run lead. Now it's a 6-1 game. Cole already at 94 pitches, though. So we're going to have to get we might have to use the bullpen a little bit here tonight. Let's get Tazawa up, because I do want to save the bullpen if I can. All right, Cole gets through the 6th, and he threw 111 pitches. So his night's definitely going to be done. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Definitely wasn't too sharp, but got the job done. 6 innings of 1-run ball. We'll certainly take that. Now Tazawa on. Ooh, okay, 2-men reach, so let's not play around with this. Let's get Tony Watson going. Actually, we probably should have had him ready for Vogelback. Oh, well. The 1-2 here to Vogelback. He swings at it, sends high in the air, down the right field line. Betts going after it. He makes the grab. Ooh. For a second, I thought that was going to be a 3-run homer. All right, 2 down now. We'll let Tazawa face Jackson, but it's going to be his last batter no matter what. The count is 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Tazawa does surrender a couple of base runners, but does not allow any runs. And we head to the bottom half now, still up. We're going to let Watson pitch the 8th, it looks like. Ooh, and 2 more insurance runs there. That is what I like to see. Watson a clean 8th, and we can even use maybe Paco Rodriguez for the 9th here. So we got a big enough lead at this point, it looks like. Only 6 pitches for Watson that inning. That is perfect. He'll definitely be available for Game 7 then. And there it is. A big 8-1 victory. I probably should have been a little bit more careful. Maybe gone until runners in scoring position with Paco Rodriguez. I have had that happen before. If you guys remember my big OOTP 16 Red Sox save that I had, I do remember one game. I think it was I want to say it was Game 6 of the World Series. I remember this so specifically. Oh, I don't remember the exact details, but I do remember like what happened. We were up, I want to say, like 4 or 5 runs heading into the 9th inning, and literally like Game 6 of the World Series, we're about to win it. We're up 3-2 in the series, and at this point, like, you know, I'm not recording this for YouTube series, and I've already won like probably 6-7 World Series titles, so I'm not going to do the whole like batter by batter thing in the night to close out the World Series. So I just do the half inning, and literally New York. I think we were playing the Mets, and I think New York puts up like 10 runs that inning, and we lose Game 6, and then we lose Game 7. So it was pretty disappointing. So I probably should have learned my lesson, but next time, I guess. So here we go. All right, game number 7. We are going to have David Price out on the mound, and he is going to be matched up against Carlos Rodon, I'm assuming. Yep. Rodon, been very sharp so far this postseason. 8 strikeouts in his last start against us, but did only last 4 innings. Definitely has trouble going deep into games, which kind of surprises me. But, oh well. All right, so here we go. Game number 7, winner take all. And we're going to go with the same lineup as last game. They've got another lefty out there, which I think favors us just because we get Rosario in there instead of Poppy. And we're going to bump Travis down to 8 again. See how he does respond. Still hitting for some good power, at least. A 417 slugging, and his ISO's like 250, so just got to put some more bat on ball, I guess. But all right, here we go. David Price on the mound. This is why we pay you the big bucks. This would be a good opportunity for you, David, I would think. He doesn't have the opt-out in his contract, unfortunately, after the 3rd year. I wish the game had included that. Although I'm not really sure he would have opted out anyway, although putting together a pretty good postseason. So here we go. Game number 7. Very nervous to go half innings on this. I don't want Seattle to just put up like 7 runs 1 inning, but we got a 3-run lead so far. Price is already up to 38 pitches, though, so it looks like it might not. Oh! 5 runs in the 4th, or in the 3rd. And just like that, we've got an 8-run lead. Wow. How did that happen? 3-run homer. Oh, yes. I love Rhinel Rosario. This dude. He is so good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so big 5-run inning there. We got an 8-run lead now for Price to work with. Hopefully he can just throw some strikes. Work deep into the ballgame. Another insurance run there. Now a 9-0 lead. Price at 81 pitches. 6 scoreless so far. 97 pitches for him, 8 strikeouts to just 1 walk. I feel like we probably shouldn't push it with him. We've got such a big lead. There's no reason to use him more than we need to. We're going to do, well, we're going to have, I'm not sure how many days off we're going to have between, we're probably only going to have 1 day off between now and the World Series game. So we will leave Price in for the 7th then, because I don't want to overexpend the bullpen. All right, so he surrenders 2 runs there. 116 pitches. His night's going to be done. His stat line looked a lot better before I left him out for that inning, but that's okay. That's why stats don't always tell the whole story. We'll go Rodriguez for the 7th, or for the 8th, I should say. And I'm going to be careful and do runners in scoring position because I don't want to blow this game here. All right, another clean inning for Rodriguez. He's been good so far. Might have to use him in some more high-leverage spots moving into the World Series here, assuming we get there. And then we'll use Tazawa in the 9th. And we'll even go batter by batter, because this is pretty dramatic here. This has been quite the series, and if we were able to close this out, I would be pretty happy with how we responded, especially offensively after going down 3-2. So Tazawa strikes out Paulini. 1 down now for Ketel Marte. Paulini's 4th K of the day. Marte batting from the left side here. The 1-0 pitch. Very high pop-up. Out towards short. Bogarts is under it. He makes the play, 2 down. Heredia, the last chance for Seattle. The pitch. He swings. Hit up in the air. Out in the infield. Bogarts has got it, and there it is. The Boston Red Sox are moving on to the World Series for the 2nd time in 3 years. They are the AL champions. They have won the pennant. And although not a dramatic Game 7, I think definitely a dramatic series. It was pretty entertaining, I would say. Maybe the games weren't so great individually, but on level as a whole, the series pretty good, I would say. So, all right, there it is. Price has come up big so far for us this postseason. Very encouraging sign out of him. I was a little bit worried just because he really did not play or did not pitch that well in the regular season. And as you can see, I mean, some bad underlying numbers. The strikeouts are down, the walks are up, and the home runs were right around where they were last year. So I'm glad he has come through so far, though. And he has set us up for an opportunity to go to the World Series and potentially win the World Series, where we are going to be taking on the New York Mets, who are going to be fully rested. But like I said, I think we're better off facing the Mets than the Cubs. I think the Cubs are just too stacked. They even have Kevin Plawecki now. It's so ridiculous. They have so many good young players. And they still have guys like Ben Zobrist getting on base 34% of the time. It's just, I don't know how you beat a team like that. I mean, I think the only way you beat a team like that is if you have a pitching staff like the Mets. I mean, let's look at the games they won. The Cubs scored 2 runs, 1 run, 0 runs, and then 4 runs. So it was definitely the pitching staff for New York that got them there. And 514 runs allowed over 162 games is ridiculous. Is that even 3 runs a game? I guess that's a little more than 3 runs a game, but that's still absurd. So, all right, that is going to be the World Series. I hope you guys did enjoy, and hope you guys are excited for the World Series. We're going to be trying to win our first World Series as general manager of the Boston Red Sox. That's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.